It's the National Football League on EA Sports as we see the two teams who fought back in Super Bowl 32. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the capital city of Colorado. Welcome to Denver and Empower Field at Mile High. We are bundled up. This should be a fun one. So glad you're with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Oltree. Greg, we love watching and calling snow games, but you played weather like this. What's it like?
Oh, man, there is nothing better. Kind of brings you back to your roots of having a snow day, a day off of school, and just get all your buddies in the neighborhood and just go play outside. But in all seriousness, it actually really benefits the offense. I mean, people always are questioning the passing game and whatnot. The offense knows where they're going. It's on the defense to react, and that's where the footing and that's where the snow really has its biggest effect. I think today, for both teams, advantage offense.
Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And through the snowflakes, off we go here on EA Sports. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
There was a lot of questions surrounding Jordan Love. Was he the long-term answer in Green Bay following in the footsteps of the legendary Aaron Rodgers? And I think last year in his first season as a full-time starter, he certainly quieted a lot of those questions. He spent time early in his career watching from the sideline, and he wasted no time showing he's one of the top young quarterbacks in the entire league.
Love to throw to get started. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Jones. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. These kicks not a given in the snow, but this one is good. And the Broncos will take a 7-0 lead. So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They are obviously still smarting from that pick six a moment ago. Quick 7-0 hold. Try to start digging out now with 1st and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 2nd down, Love. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. In motion, Reed. Off the play fake. Here's Love. He keeps it himself.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On play action, Love. This one is caught by Luke Musgrave. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Now Love toward the middle. That one caught by Watson.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable 2nd down.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll go play action with Love. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Green Bay.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. Through the snowflakes, this one good. And the Packers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Here's Traymon Smith on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL level.
A first down throw for Nix. He's got the tight end, Adam Troutman.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2nd and a yard. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Nix now to throw it here on first down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it'll be 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Mims. It's complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Williams. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll throw. It's Nix. He connects with Mims. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
I think apart from the wind, when you talk about kicking in the elements, Mike, I think the snow has to be the kicker's worst nightmare. It's just so hard to have the confidence that when you stick that plant foot, it's not going to give way. So give credit. That was really well done.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Packers offense ready to take over once again. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he will have a Packers 1st down as they move the chains on 3rd down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
In motion, Reed. They'll run with Jacobs. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. To throw is Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here. And that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. Third and 5. To throw is Love. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will have a Packers first down by about a yard. They find a way to convert on 3rd and 5.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the first down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
On 1st down, it's Love. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The man in motion is Watson. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
McManus's kick is good. And the Packers will level the score at 10 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Second down. Nix. This one to the tight end, Trotman. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Williams gets it on the draw. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Anytime you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
Got it into the hands of Mims. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And he will get into the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Denver.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. It's up and through. The Broncos go up by 7. It is now 17-10. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. A throw on the move is caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Now, faking the give. That's to Reed. He's got it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. From the gun, it's Love. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up third down.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
They'll try to set up the screen here. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
And he's going to have that first down. They didn't want to settle for 3, and now it's 1st and goal.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's Love to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the...
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Josh Jacobs, touchdown Packers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now it's McManus for the point after. His kick is good. And the Packers will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And that's not going to yield a whole lot, up to about the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll find his tight end, that's Troutman. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He's going to run it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throw it. Nix. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
That is not going to work at all. He'll manage to only get back to the line of scrimmage. Very short of the 1st down. 4th down coming up. The Broncos bringing out their punter. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Ball security, a must in these conditions. Fair catch called for and taken without issue. The Packers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Throwing is Love. A dive and a catch. Incredible. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Now Love. That's to the right side and incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. It's a 1st down and a gain of 13.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Packers going to use their final timeout now as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. Off the play fake. Here's Love. This one complete right side. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Through the falling snow, the kick is good. And the Packers get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line, and that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we have reached halftime here, and the visitors from Green Bay out on top as we send you to Orlando. Going to check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime reports. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you. The snow continuing to fall as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Here's Smith to return it. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Broncos offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They send him right out of the slot. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Back to throw is Nix. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Mims sent in motion here. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He connects with Mims.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. The man in motion is Watson. Love to throw on 1st and 10. Look wide, get this one complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now Love. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. He's got it! And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. To throw is Love. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. In this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. The man in motion is Watson. Now a loose football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of a bullet here. The ball comes loose. Fortunately for the ball carrier, his own team recovers it. They can keep their offense on the field and see if they can finish this drive.
Jaden Reed was the intended target. And it'll be 4th and goal coming up.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Packers will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Fires left sideline, that is complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll work his way down to about the 41. Here's a 2nd and 9. Mims sent in motion here. This is caught down that right sideline. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Here's Christian Watson and the rest of the Packer offense heading back onto the field. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. We'll go play action with Love. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting 1st downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
And not a lot there. Only up to about the 41. A 2nd down throw for Love. Catch is made by Romeo Dobbs. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll run the toss to Jacobs. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. And back deep is Marvin Mims. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll go with Williams. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll go again with Williams. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and
2. It's another run here for Williams. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Denver 1st down.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3 and out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
1st and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. They'll throw. It's Nix. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Whoa!
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
Now a 3rd and 2. On the ground, it's Jacobs. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On comes the Packers punting team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Give left side. Here's Williams. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 1st down, right back to Williams. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now it's Williams. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Mims sent in motion here. Open man, right side. He's got him. A pickup of 15 in the air. 1st down, Broncos.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Still 1st down.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll get about 3 yards of that back, setting up 2nd and long. Throwing is Nix. That is caught for 3. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this 4th quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
This is almost certainly 4-down territory if they need them all. Touchdown, extra point gives them the lead. It is 1st down and goal. Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time for Williams. And this time he's in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Broncos. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. The game-tying touchdown here in the 4th quarter and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this 4th quarter lead.
Lutz for the extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the 4th quarter. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here's Nixon on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
On play action, Love. That's Dobbs, open left side.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Love to throw it on 1st down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Dobbs that time. And that will lead to a 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Packers set to kick this one away. We forced a punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Short pass taken in by the tight end. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left. and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Denver first down. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed right. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
On the bootleg, it's Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
He'll try and get there on the ground. He is in. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Denver. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Broncos are going to open up the lead to 8. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The visitors' offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. That complete to Jacobs. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll drop to throw. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Crowd noise rises. Big play here. 3rd and 1. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Automatic first down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan McMillan.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. Not much there. Maybe a yard. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, they give it to Williams. And good hard running will get him down close to a 1st down. Might be a yard short. Third and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one. And now the punting unit will come up. The Packers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far. intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Love. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Well, it's safe to say this offense now is entering desperation mode. They have such a long way to go with such little time to do it. You're thinking chunk plays, get out of bounds. You have to stop the clock and continue to pick up as much yardage as you can to, at the very least, be in position to take one Hail Mary shot to the end zone.
On 2nd down, Love. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
This drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. So mile-high salutes all around. It's a win for the Broncos. It was a game that delivered more points than most people would have expected with the snow falling at kickoff. Entertaining game for all involved as they'll head back to the locker room to warm up with a victory in their back pocket. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners. As we say, so long from Denver.